Let's talk about the key change in Father Figure. Taylor Swift has said that this was her favorite key change she's written. The song lives in G major most of the time. Now, what is G major? It means G is home base, and the notes in the song come from a G major scale. G has one sharp. It's a very friendly key, and most songwriters who play the guitar write their early songs in G major. And narratively, and I'm not diving too much into the lyrics here, music is my lane. Even though I'm a lyricist, I try to talk about the musical reasons for things on my videos. Narratively, we are in the father figure's world, the mentor, the authority, and most listeners agree and understand this song as being about Taylor taking control of her own narrative and her own art. So this is the kind of key change that a composer loves because it's structural, it's not just decorative. The keys are actually doing narrative work. So after the bridge is when the point of view starts to shift. You had to get rid of me. Some people argue that's the last thing the father figure says. I think you could see the lyrics there as kind of an overlap. They could happen from either point of view, but back to the music. When we get the whispered, whispers can be more effective than yelling. An acting teacher would tell you that. Sometimes the actor's choice to go quiet instead of shout is a lot more chilling. Controlled, intentional. It strikes a nerve. And then when she comes back in singing instead of whispering, I was your father figure. At that point, it's just Taylor and electric piano, some soft synthesizers. There's no drums there. It's not big, which again, I think is more effective than a shouting match. And on the You Wanna Fight, You Found It. I love what she does musically here. And yes, Max Martin and Shellback too. Brilliant storytelling through music. A background vocal enters, but it enters one octave higher and it's a little more quiet. I got the place surrounded. But if you listen closely, over time, that higher harmony actually takes over, gets a little louder, and the lower octave gets a little more quiet, the higher pitched voice gaining more power. And the vocal is also literally surrounded. The bass comes in with this driving pulse. You'll be sleeping with the fishes. And reinforces the melody. You can feel this momentum building. And of course on You'll Be Sleeping with the Fishes before you know you're drowning. After fishes, all the instruments go out. Fishes before you know you. And here's a part that I think a lot of people miss. We're in G major. It's a repeated note. And it's the note A. It's the key we're heading to. She's setting up the scene to move to that note. The chord is a C, but the note is an A. It clashes, but it won't clash for long. So even before the key officially changes from G to A major, our ears are starting to accept A as the new source of power, the new home. And then all of a sudden the bass gives us that pickup note. It slides down. Hopefully I'll throw in a little me going, and suddenly the entire song lands on A. From G major, which had one sharp, to A major, an entire whole step up, not just a half step, which happens a lot in pop songs. She moves an entire whole step up, and A major has 3 sharp. If you want to get literal, we have 3 sharp things here. We're not sitting with just one. So from that G major, which is kind of mildly bright, almost naive, to something sharper and more decisive. Sometimes people will get an actual physical chill from key changes or moments of this tension and release. It's called les frissons. I'm one of the lucky people who gets it. Love it when it hits. This rising tension. You might be expecting a big drum explosion like that Phil Collins song, and instead the drums come in, but we also get a new key. So the story's not just getting louder, it actually moved. The authority changed. Our home base is now A. Even when you talk about A, like A, what's the top grade? A, what's the beginning of the alphabet? A. It feels like a conquest. If this song is about reclaiming control, the key change, I think, is the musical equivalent of buying your masters back. You realize you can't argue anymore, you just relocate.